Bam, going live. Welcome to the stream tonight, everybody. I'm Coach Neighbors. Welcome to Pro Se Legal School, stopping the court process 101. I don't feel like punching today. Usually, stopping the court process 101, but I'm kind of tired. I don't know if you guys have been following me. You should follow me on Twitter. That's where I'm going to be posting and doing the coaching and stuff at because Facebook has been there shut down the page, and the attorneys have been very active lately because they don't like the property tax package, and they're not going to like this new package that we're about to bust out of here too. So. Turn that puppy down just a tad. So we kind of went with last minute thing tonight. Oops. We're going to talk about something else, but this is trending, and so we're going to talk about it tonight. And also, I'm going to leave a link here to my Twitter page so you guys can follow me there and keep up with the new stuff that's going on. I know you guys probably heard by now that I got arrested last week by the Lawrence, Kansas Police Department. And so I'm hoping you guys seen the videos. I got a couple of videos. I got some videos of them hauling me off or whatever. And so I had this situation. I'll probably go ahead and update you guys on that before we roll, because I know that people who have been keeping up with things are probably wondering how it went. So one of my wife's Airbnbs is connected. It's like a duplex house thingy. And when you have that kind of situation going on, then you're not supposed to be smoking inside the building. And so the dude has been smoking in the building, and the smoke's been going over to our short-term rental side, and so our customers. And so we've been like trying to be working with this dude about smoking. Well, we got a call the other day, and he was smoking pot, and it was very pungent. Now I got no problem with what dude smokes. He smoke whatever he want, but he needs to take his happy ass outside to go do that. And so we went over to have a talk with them. Kaiser Quest, welcome to the show. Oh, you're new. Welcome. And Gino, welcome to the show. Yep, this kind of last minute. We did what we were going to talk about. I'll make a video on that. That's not near as important as, what we're talking about today. So today we're going to talk about, just was kind of getting into a little bit about me getting arrested last week. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the new package that I'm putting together. I'm calling it, and I'm still working on a name for it. The Pleading Standard Stopper. Yeah, I feel like punching for that. The Pleading Standard Stopper. We've been having a problem in federal court with the federal court judge ordering all this stuff back and forth. And basically what they're doing is holding your pleading to a higher standard, than a licensed attorney, because attorneys don't have no damn license. So the whole thing is called civil fraud. It's called common law fraud. Yep, that's what they're doing. Anyway, so I put together, I found something that I put together a long time ago to address this problem. And a long time ago, when the government released me, the Lawrence police started following me around. Well, they had a name on my truck that I had a business, moving service, so they knew what it was me, and I would drive by, and then they pulled me over and start giving me these, seatbelt tickets. And a couple of times I pulled over, and the officer thought that I was flipping him off, and I was explaining to him there was something in my ear. I know a gnat flew in my ear. Yeah. Anyway, so those three $10 seatbelt tickets, I sued the municipal court. I counterclaimed their ass, and then they just ignored everything. So I made it my life mission to learn everything there was to know about municipal court and how you needed to kick their ass. And then I proceeded to do that. And in the end, I moved it to federal court because I was suing the state of Kansas. And I didn't sue the Bar Association back then. I didn't think about that. But I was suing the state of Kansas and the traffic court attorney, because the traffic court judge, y'all call him, is not a judge. In municipal court, there's no judge. Municipal court gets its jurisdiction from the city ordinance, which is total BS. Okay, And then the other thing that we're going to talk about is I had a situation with the Bar Association in California, and I'm going to need a little help from you guys, and we can have a little fun here. So I want to tell you what we're going to do about that. So let's just finish the arrest thing first and get the unpleasantries out of the way. So we go over to this to the Airbnb to talk to this dude, and I knocked on the door kind of hard, and I probably wasn't very nice to him, because when the boss is not happy and you're interfering with our business, it's a problem. And so, the law says their statute for smoking, it's a $50 fine. And then the next time it's $100 fine. Well, damn, we lost more than that just by getting bad reviews from this idiot smoking our people, and I don't blame him. I wouldn't leave a very nice review someplace that I rented and had to breathe someone else secondhand cigarette smoke. So the dude didn't like the way I was talking to him. And so he chest butted me, and then I did a move. I just moved a little closer to him, and then he put his finger on me, and then he tried to chest butt me again. So the second chest butt time came in, it was done, and I pushed him back against the door, kind of hard, and dude was like half my size, and then he decided he was going to hit me. So, but I already knew what hand he was going to swing with, because he came to the door with a damn cigarette in his hand, smoking a cigarette. Yeah. So yeah, that didn't work out too well for him. Actually, for me either, really, because I had ice on my back from earlier when I was working out, and I needed about a half an hour to warm up before I did all that shit. But anyway, so then I ended up picking him up and throwing him on the ground, and then we wrestled around on the ground. And my son taught me how decent stuff, but this dude was educated too. He blocked me on a couple of moves. Oh yeah. But worst case scenario, I was just going to rope a dopey's ass. I didn't want to hit him. And so as long as I kept him on the ground, I didn't have to punch him. And then I'm not looking as bad. Okay, so I just roped the doping. So I just rolled around on the ground. I bear hugged him. He couldn't do nothing. And we were rolling around. Then he started getting really tired. And though he was trying to get in my head, oh, you getting tired? Aren't you? You getting tired? Oh, yeah. I said, I'm so tired. I squeezed him. I squeezed his ass again. Yeah, I'm so. I squeezed his ass again. Yeah, it was kind of fun until we got done, and my elbows got all scraped up and my knees. I didn't do that falling thing. I'm supposed to put all my weight on him when we fall, but I didn't have enough time to think about all that. Anyway, police show up and they already had attitude. The officers showed up, already had attitude. And I could tell by the way he was looking at me in the first question, his posture, that I was going to jail. So, yeah, my wife told him later, you were kind of, uh, you were kind of combative. No, sweetie, not combative. I was non-cooperative. Okay, there's a huge difference. When a big black man is combative with the police, yeah, that's what happens. Okay, we ain't doing that. We're not gonna let them have that much fun that night. But the problem started when the cop walked up, didn't say the right thing, and then from there, he asked dude what happened, and dude was over there. Oh, I was so frightened and scared. I started laughing. I mean, dude, you told me you're gonna chop my throat. Okay, what the hell? You threw and the dude admitted that he threw the first punch. He admitted it twice that he threw the first punch. But the cop's head was jacked up with his pre-prejudicial racial crap when he approached the thing that he didn't even notice that was holding the dude down. And the dude didn't have any injuries. He did not have any injuries. And yeah, so no injuries. I'm holding him down. My eye got gouged. I got too close to the dude. He gouged my eyeball. So I actually gouged his ass back on that. So he did have one eye gouge. But he started that shit. And so the cop decided to give me a ticket. Well, I think dude got a ticket. I think his ticket was smoking weed in the thing. And weed's not legal in the state of Kansas. So yeah, I think that's what I don't know. I wasn't paying no attention to what the hell's going on over there because I was tired and I'm minding my own business. So then the cop comes over and take pictures of my elbow and pictures of my knee and pictures of my eye. No, dude, I don't need any medical attention. I'm not injured. I don't need you taking any pictures. So then the cop got mad and kind of, oh, so you're blocking me from taking evidence or whatever, collecting that. No, dude. I don't know where you got that shit from, but I'm not blocking you from collecting evidence. That would be obstructing the administration of justice. And I would never do that. You can take all the pictures you want and I covered up my yeah, just wasn't hitting it off with the damn police. I don't know why that's just having these freaking problem. Now, I want to say before I get done with this story that Officer Palin, I think his name, Officer Palin, the young officer, was very respectful. And I actually thanked him in my notice of claim video and letter for his compassion. And I know that he needed to be training the other dude. The young dude was in training, and that was one of the reasons why the officer was acting stupid. He's just trying to show off. He wasn't used to being called out on. Okay, so I'm thinking, what evidence do you need to take pictures of when no one's injured? Unless I didn't tell him this, but I already knew, unless he's collecting evidence for the prosecutor to come after me later when there's no injured party or damaged property. So, yeah, it's kind of funny how it goes, okay? I show up yelling at the dude, and I mean, I was talking loudly. I was in the dude's face. I didn't touch him. But yeah, I was verbally assaulting him. Maybe you could say that. Is that a word? Yeah. So, and he didn't like it. And, he gave me 3 seconds to get off his property. And that was before he got to 3, he was punching me already. But anyway, so we're both sitting there. I'm like, I'm good. He's good. As far as I'm concerned, I'm done with dude. If he don't smoke in the house no more. I went over there to let him scan my .com card that has all my information on it that his legal team's going to need when we file a lawsuit against his ass. And I wanted to let him know that we're going to be suing him for his lease. I don't have time to wait around where all that $50 shit and $100 shit. I know that's not how I roll. Because he's already cost us money. So I'm going to sue him for his lease. And if I have to, and then I will, I don't know, lease his ass out of there. I don't know. I never thought I'd be filing foreclosure on an asshole. I mean, whatever. But you know what? You if the boss ain't happy, you interfering with our business, then it's gonna be a problem. So, and I'm gonna come and actually everybody else talked to him before I did for 2 years. Okay, 2 years. So I told my wife that I didn't go over there thinking the dude was gonna hit me. I once had a foster kid tell the social worker that I beat him, and this little guy was like 4 years old, not quite five yet. He wasn't no bigger than a pissant. Okay, my hand anyway. So we're all saying, Taylor's, yeah, my foster dad beats me, and we all like looked at each other. I was like, me? It's like, yeah. Oh, I said, when do I beat you? Because I don't remember. He said, well, you beat me in my sleep. That's what the little kid told the social worker. So we're all sitting there trying to keep a half straight face because the kid was freaking out. So I'm thinking that sometimes when I'm grumpy, uh, I'm doing a real good job of making my point. I haven't realized that. Yeah. I'll be working on that because, man, my back was so sore from doing all that stuff after putting ice on it. And then my knees are still jammed up. Both my knees are all, yeah. And then my kids are all worried about me. My youngest kid, the boxer one, yeah, that was in the guns and hoses thing. Yeah, yeah, he was like, Dad, you need to call me next time. Oh, I'm like, no, dude, I didn't go over there. Well, I went over there to start some trouble, but not that kind of trouble. But anyway, so the night ended with the police officer wanting me to sign his summons/citation, and I refused to sign it. I've had tickets. I've had 4 seatbelt tickets, 1 ticket for speeding. I ain't signed none of them. Okay, so I told him, I said, look, man, I'm a legal professional and I don't know. Oh, so you'd rather go to jail than sign it all loud and shit, I'm thinking, okay, I'm sitting over here. I had enough. Dude's over there. He's had enough. Both of us want to freaking go home. Why the hell's the cop mad? Are you kidding me right now? I mean, I was about to look in the face, dude, what the hell's your problem? I was sitting on the ground. I wouldn't be looking up at him if I was standing up. No, I just sit on the ground because I didn't want to, yeah, I already know how that shit goes. I sit on the ground. No, dude, seriously. Okay, you're acting like you're pissed off. And then he told him, well, so you'd rather go to jail than sign it. Well, I don't rather go to jail, but I'm not signing that. Of course, he's like, oh, well, you're not a very good legal professional. Oh, well, I'm thinking you're not a very good damn police officer either. Okay. Because you signed the oath of office to uphold the Constitution, and right now you're not doing it. When your ass signed that citation/summons, at the top it says citation. If you read it down here, it says summons. When you sign that summons in place of a judicial officer of the court, because your ass works in the executive branch of the government, when you sign that summons, then you're automatically violating the separation clause in the Constitution, and you're violating my due process. And when I sue them, I'm not going to be suing all capital names, like on that shitty ass card that he gave me. Okay, that's not the person I'm suing, because all capital names, I can't get that money unless I cash in this CSTK2 trust or whatever. And I don't have time for that. And the government already has that money. I want the money the government letting him have. And I'm also going to add his personal assets. I'm going to sue his officer's insurance bond and whatever the hell they call that thing. Mm-hmm. The problem here is that there's a failure to communicate. Okay, the last time I got stopped, and 2 grandkids in the car, and my wife, and the officer comes back, and here's your stuff, Mr. Neighbors. Your driver's license came back suspended. And I said, here's my D6 letter that shows I've been reinstated. They're dragging their feet down there in Topeka because I just got done suing them for three $10 seatbelt tickets. And so they haven't reinstated my stuff yet because, and he like, okay, look, don't worry about it, Mr. Neighbors. If you let your wife drive, I'm going to let you guys head on out here. You can go home. All right. That officer called it in. He called it in, and they said, no, you need to leave that man alone. If there's no bodies, and an admission of guilt, okay, because you need both of them, you're going to mess with him. And no, but he didn't do that because he was showing off in front of the young man that he was training. And the young man that he was training, I could see, I actually rode to the police station with him in the front seat of his car because I wouldn't fit in the back of the other dude's car. And I could tell he was not happy about what's going down. He was not happy. And the officer never looked at the damn video. Had to watch the video or listen to the dude that they thought was getting so beat up that didn't have a scratch on him. I had to listen to the dude that admit that he punched me first. The officer asked me what my story is. The dude said he punched me first, so you already know why I'm here because my wife told the dispatcher that. I'm sure she told you that, so don't treat me like I'm a fucking idiot. I mean, come on now. He was kind of... Dude said he hit me first, so I'm not going to agree with him, and then that's a wrap. No, he wanted more, so then I pretty much had to tell him that I don't have anything to say to him because I'm just going to plead the fifth right now. And so then he hauled me to jail. And when I got to jail, the sheriff deputies run the jail. So sheriff deputy comes out and he's like, how much you had to drink? Dude, I don't drink. I don't. Okay. I had 2 drinks at dinner time at 6 o'clock. And by now it's like 11:30 or so. I said, I know it's way past, And he kind of like, why you ask me that? He said, because of the way you're walking. I said, man, I'm tired and I'm hurt, but I don't need no medical attention. Okay. Then he says, I remember you. You've been, okay, dude, your ass is old. Okay. That was a long time ago. That was back in 2009 when I was here last. I've not been here since at all. Well, I did go once to pick up a foster kid, but I went in the front door. It don't count. When you go in the back door, and the big door closes, and you're handcuffed and stuff. Yeah. But see, the main problem is this. In a judicial state, it's not required that you sign their document that you're going to shove in their face later. I did clean that up at the last minute. Okay. It's not required that you do that. He only made me do that shit because he wanted to teach me a lesson. But he didn't understand that the lesson that he taught me, I learned in 2006. Between 2006 and 2015. 2009, I got hauled off, and it took me 33 months to get out of that. Then my wife was gone because she trusted her attorney, and her attorney threw her under the bus, and there lies my motivation. So now they arrested me and hauled me to jail, and the sheriff deputies did not want to. Oh, so I've been in jail, and 20 minutes, everybody let me go. So I was like, oh, wait, I didn't see the judge yet. And I tell you what, to be honest with you, if my back didn't hurt like it did from having the ice on it before I went over there, I would have spent the night up in there. I ain't lying. I would have but I didn't have to. And the last time that they jacked with me from municipal court, the judge had to call me after a year and 3 months or whatever, and we had to talk about how we were going to take care of that problem. And I can't mention what we talked about. I got some scab on my fingers too, where my knuckles. I need to do the left jab. Yeah, I still got the jab. So right now, the posture of that situation is I emailed them my notice of claim, kind of, so to speak, and let them know that I'm coming. I contacted the city risk department, and I haven't quite decided how I want to if I'm do this. Okay, so I'm thinking, and this is off the top of my head, so I haven't done all the homework on the false arrest situation. But it would be nice to do the false arrest and then come in and false arrest / defamation against the police officer and his assets and the bar association. Now, the reason I'm doing it this way, and this is kind of what I'm thinking. I haven't quite made a decision on this yet. So anybody got any input can throw it on the thing and send me a message or whatever. But doing it that way, it's kind of like I'm not fighting all of them at the same time. And not that that's a problem. I do have a plan. All right, so here's a plan. I beat their face, the officer's face, with false arrest and the defamation or whatever, and then I forced them obviously to to go and sit and tap out. Then I can just go after the city. I don't need to go after him again. I can go after the city now for training these people to sign that summons in place of a judicial officer of the court. That's what I'm. That's kind of. So I can kind of set it all up and get the beat down over here before I go in for the beat down over here. And then I think it would probably be, because while I'm over here doing all this suing, I might as well sue them for sending me off to the mental institution for a forced medication order when they didn't complete the hearing to do that. And I didn't realize at the time that that my attorney, Cheryl Pilot, and Marietta Parker, the U.S. Attorney at that time in Wyandotte County, was having a communication with the judge during the hearing, and the judge told them that he wasn't going to send me. And then they said, "Oh yeah, you need to send him back," because they needed me out of the way while they railroaded my wife because I talked too much. And so they told the judge, "We need to send. All you got to do is just make the words whatever, and he'll And so the judge agreed, and the judge told them, and I have this in the transcripts afterwards. One of my best friends downloaded everything. I have every transcript from every court hearing there ever was with my name on it. Oh yeah, I have some. Oh, my thumb's really sore from wrestling that dude around. I have some pretty badass friends, man, that know how to do some stuff. And so, yeah. So after reading the transcripts of the court after I got out, I found out that the judges told them fools not to. The judge told my attorney and the prosecutor to make sure that the doctor was not to medicate me. Because I didn't know that. I was sitting back thinking they're about to shoot my ass. Yeah. And that was probably the scariest part of this whole situation. People going to jail or whatever, going to prison. I wouldn't too worried about that. But yeah, this part, yeah, that was a problem. And it wouldn't have been for mi amigo de Mexicano. Yeah, it wouldn't have been for my Mexican friends getting my back and forcing me to step back up to the plate. I don't know what would happen. But what did happen was I appealed that shit and got out. Then I found out that the whole thing was a joke. But it wasn't a joke. Okay. What they wanted to do was try to get me like in a fight. They needed to have me lose my temper and beat the shit out of somebody or whatever, so they could say that I was a danger to the facility. If they could tell people I was a danger to the facility, then they could just they could go ahead and medicate me without having a court order or the judge have anything to do with it. And Dr. Lucking from Butner, North Carolina, Mr. Quackhead, total quackhead, gave people commissary to try to pick a fight with me. Yeah. And I already know what happens to people who pick a fight and who get into a fight in the federal medical facility. Okay, number one, it ain't good. And number two, if you're big like me and you, oh yeah, they want to help you out with that problem. No, that never happened because I'm smarter than that. And so, no, it never worked out for them. Now, we're going to move on to the next thing, which is the real thing. While I was going through my documents, trying to pull up all of the bar members' complaints that they've been filing against me, I found a document that I put together that actually was the last thing I filed in the $10 seatbelt ticket cases that caused them to go sit their happy asses down. And so I'm restructuring it now. I pretty much have it all finished except the very end part of it, the conclusion part of it. And then I have to go back in and make sure that everything that I'm claiming, I have the elements listed for. Excuse me. And then I also have to make sure we state a claim by connecting everybody. But in this case, I sued the two judges, the magistrate judge and the district judge in federal court, the Kansas Bar Association, and the attorney that started shit on the state level. And so this is going to be, I'm going to call it the pleading standard stopper, So basically, when they hold your pleading to a higher standard or to a heightened standard or to the standard of a licensed attorney when an attorney don't have no damn license, it's called common law fraud. That's what it's called. And so this lawsuit that I put together, oh, it's so badass. And now I'm beefing it up to even be more badassier. I think I just made it new. Yeah. So in this lawsuit, we went in, the claim was under the Tucker's Act at 2.4C for a violation due process and holding the plaintiffs to the same standard as a licensed attorney. Now, attorneys don't have no license, so that whole thing is bull crap right there and totally down the toilet. Okay, so by the time we got to this, a year and 3 months down the road, I was searching around for other options because I already knew they kicked my stuff out. So I started searching other courts. The Tucker's Act is what we use to go in and get in their face because the Tucker's Act strips the players of their alleged qualified immunity. Number one, you can't be a sovereign if you're a freaking corporation. That's total bull BS. Okay, but the Tucker's Act strips the players of their immunity when they're violating your Fifth Amendment rights or your civil rights connected to the Constitution. And there's the Big Tucker's Act and the Little Tucker's Act. And the Little Tucker's Act, and the Tucker's Act is actually a federal law that was enacted and is still to this day stands. The Little Tucker's Act allows, now the way this thing all started out, the Little Tucker's Act allows jurisdiction to the district courts. And no, yeah, I ran across, ooh, that's so bad. That's so cool. So, and so that's what we use to go into in the door. The Big Tucker's Act is where I started at on this, and it gives jurisdiction to the United States Court of Federal Claims. Now, I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell is that? The United States Court of Federal Claims. I never heard of that. What the hell is that? Stripping the players of their immunity in a different court? Oh, yeah. Man, I started reading over this and everything came back to me. So I did my homework. I did a lot of homework. The United States Court of Federal Claims used to be called the International Court of Trades. And from my information, that was the last judicial court that we have. And the only reason that we have that court is because other countries didn't want to do business with us when we got rid of gold and silver, went to the fake court shit. Okay, the fake crap. Okay, it's administrative court. And they didn't want to do business in administrative court because they already know an administrative court is not connected to the Constitution. It's not connected to anything except their policies, rules, and procedures. I don't need to say no more on that, right? Okay. So, so I was like, what the hell? I want to get in that court. So I researched it. I pulled up the court clerk's manual for that court, and I studied it. And it's real. Yep. And all these things for other countries, whatever. And oh wait a minute. I already know from the Tucker's Act that there's a provision that gives federal district court jurisdiction. Okay. So when you look at this crap from the perspective that I look at it from, which is that it's all fraud at the gate, then it's easier to see. So I'm thinking, okay, this court has jurisdiction because of this, and we're going in with this so that this court has jurisdiction in federal court. So how do I get to the Court of Federal Claims? So I called them. Yeah, I called them up all the way in New York City. And I had my little cheat sheet there of what I learned and how this is supposed to work and how this little Tucker's Act gives, yeah. So we started the ping pong back and forth. And then after a while, I think we were throwing a softball. It was getting a little hot in the kitchen, and he was not wanting to share very much information with me. And so, yeah, I was giving him a real hard time. And so I didn't, we talked for almost 45 minutes, and I actually talked to the supervisors too, and none of them liked me. I don't know why people don't like me. People don't like me when they're lying to me, okay? Because when you lie to me, or anyway, so that went on for a while until they hung up on me. I was willing to stay on the phone till in the morning. I didn't care because I had all, So when they hung up on me, I started thinking. So if that act gives district court judicial authority, then I'm going to make my pleading like I want it, like it's being filed in that court. Now, I left the heading the same way because that's the first thing they're gonna, if you don't have the right heading at the top, they're gonna just start acting stupid. Okay, but after that, I put in there this is whatever, and we're fine. I want this to be filed in the court of fucking federal trade. Yeah. Mentioned that a whole bunch of times, and I put in the, then I went ahead and did a legal notice, which was something kind of different that I learned while I was learning this stuff, and touched on the dispute. Now, I didn't add the jurisdiction issue, but I did in the new one, and pretty much it is going to be the Tucker's Act. The little Tucker's Act is giving the court jurisdiction. So basically what I did was I put this document together to be filed in that court. And in Court of Federal Claims, and I filed it in federal court. And I act like they better file my stuff in the right place. Act like I knew. I acted like I knew that they're supposed to send my stuff over there. Oh, they called me on the phone to figure out how we need to get this out of their face. Yeah. So I'm beefing this up again. I'm going to put it in the lawsuit. It's going to be on my website, and I'm going to start it. Well, I'm going to start it out probably at $150 for the package. It's going to probably have 3 documents in it. And it's not going to really be a document that's going to require a whole bunch of instructional videos or whatever. They threw your shit out, holding it to a higher standard. Then you can be, if they threw your shit out, and even if they didn't hold it to a higher standard, you can still. And I'm probably going to add the temporary restraining order to it, and one other document. So, and it's going to be on sale until I sell 25 documents. After I sell 25 documents, I'm going to move the price up to $299. So it's going to start out at $150 at the gate, and then later on it's going to be $299. So you will have a little bit of time to get the $150. And I haven't posted on my website or made a big deal about it. I'm not quite done with it yet, but I'll be finished with it tomorrow. So that's going to be pretty powerful for all of the people who are, are at the end of the road and they're just screwing you over and ignoring all of your stuff. So, and who knows, maybe this might be the one thing that the one document. Anyway, so the other thing I want to talk about tonight is the Bar Association. So the Bar Association for the state of California sent me some crap here a while back, and I responded to it with my notice of claim for defamation, for professional defamation, which means that the court's going to force them to settle. And so they sent me this big old long letter with a bunch of blah, blah, blah shit in it. And then at the end, they said that they ended an investigation into me for the unauthorized practice law without a license. And then some more blah, blah, blah. So then I get a phone call from a young man who's a legal coach. And he was, asking me some questions and stuff. And so I've been doing this for a minute. So it don't take me too long to peg, if it's a real person, if it's a hater calling trying to get information, if it's someone calling because they want me to do shit free, there's certain words that people use for all of these things. And when you do this all day for as long as I have, you get those, words anyway. So, but I was puzzled because the reason he was calling wasn't fitting into any of the templates. So finally I say, dude, so he's like, man, I saw on the Bar Association website, they're harassing me. And so I went to go see and I saw other people they're harassing. And then on the back side of that or whatever, they show that they harassed me and they made me shut my shit down and shut up and go sit. Yeah. And so he's like, well, and I see you. I'm like, no, dude, that's ridiculous. No, I ain't sat down and I ain't shut the hell up either. So, yeah. So, and this was a while back. But right now, I'd like to find that because I want to go after them too. Okay. And the reason is, and the reason why we're going after the bar members and this officer for false arrest or whatever, because the bar members are the ones that are allowing all this bullshit to take place. Okay, they are. They're the ones that provide legal advice for these officers and for the city or whatever. And they're telling people, oh, yeah, you can sign that. Don't worry about it. You can do whatever you want to. If it gets in there, I got your back, and I'll get my friends over there that he hires to get his back. I'll have them throw his ass under the bus in the end, and everybody be happy. Well, that's not the way it's going down now. So here's what I want to do. I went to their website and I looked around, but I just don't have the time. I don't even know if it's still there. So anybody that goes to the California Bar Association website and send me a screenshot of whatever they have on there showing that they made me shut my shit down or I was disciplined or whatever, you send me a screenshot of that and I'll hook you up with something from my inventory. Okay. That's what. Now, I'm not just talking about the California Bar Association. Okay. So I guess I'm putting a hit out on their ass. Okay. I'm putting a hit out on their ass. Yeah, this is a computer hit. It doesn't require any weapons, okay, other than the computer. So if you search other states bar association and you find, because I had 29 complaints at one time, and I've gone through like several computers, so I can't find all of those complaints, but I know I'm at 29. I keep count. Because when I get to 50, I get okay. Never mind. I keep count. So yeah, anybody that finds my name on the Bar Association website showing that they punched me in the face and I didn't finish them off, take a screenshot of that puppy and email it to me. And I'm going to put my email address right here on the screen so people can see that. Email it to me and I'm going to hook you up with something. Okay. Email it to me. Now, a couple of things I want to talk about. When you guys call me, if you call me for something before you made your decision or whatever, you have a question, if you call me and I don't answer the phone, it's better to send me a short text message, very short, or call me back, okay? It doesn't do any good to leave a message on my voicemail. Because before I can get to your message on my voicemail, I have to listen to all them damn freaking spam calls. Spam calls now can leave a freaking voicemail on your phone. And I don't get it. I have never used anybody spamming me. I'm thinking if your ass got to call me to get me to do some stupid shit, okay, then you got way too much free time because ain't nobody doing your stupid shit, okay? I just like to keep it simple. Yeah, so leaving a message, I got to go through all that. I don't have time for all that stuff. So most of the time, people need to just head over to the website at winningcourtnow.com and they need to take a look at the legal options that they have. Now, people ask me all the time, oh, will this fit to my case? No, you don't have a case unless you file this shit and paid and you're the plaintiff, okay? Otherwise, what you have is your ass in their case, okay? That's how that, your ass is in their case, okay? So with that being said, you can't fit my stuff to your case, you know, the one you're struggling with because you're in their conventional program and they're just punching your ass in the face, okay? What you need to do is take my shit over there and punch them in the face with it, okay? You need to look at it and figure out what the hell. And, you know, and at the end of the day, and this is what I told people yesterday, at the end of the day, oh, I don't know what I need. It doesn't matter. Okay, we don't do judicial and non-judicial foreclosure. All that shit got thrown out. Everything's 42 USC or mortgage fraud. Okay, you got two choices in foreclosure, 42 USC or mortgage fraud. But I don't have a mortgage. I never. And you don't have your damn deed either. You don't have your deed because when they last person that did the shit, they got the and it's registered in the office. So even though you paid cash, you didn't get your deed. So you might as well have a mortgage. It don't matter. Well, excuse me. It doesn't matter because you're not having to make monthly payments, but you still got to pay that property tax bullshit that started. After they registered your deed in the office, they reclassified your property for the sole purpose of taxation because it's illegal to tax private property. And it says that private property not to be taxed not once but twice in the Constitution or whatever. So to reclassify property as residential, commercial, or agricultural. And residential actually means just the government officials. Yeah. And then I had someone like call me and want me to send them that information. Oh, where I got that information from, I know, sweetie, that's not the way this works, okay? I got the information a long time ago, and no. So you can either take my word for it, or you can go figure it out yourself. That's how that goes, because I don't have time to send you where the hell I'm finding my stuff at. And if okay, so that's how that shit ended. So anybody that finds anything on the Bar Association website in any state, screenshot that puppy with the information or whatever, so I know where it is, and then we'll sit down and talk about what you need and how I can help you, because that's going to be fun for me. So send that to my email address and just put bar punch in capital letters in the heading. If you don't put that in the heading, then I might not see it, because I get a lot of crap and stuff from people that are not focused on what need to be focused on. So, and I'll have the pleading stopper, the pleadings standard stopper, finished tomorrow and posted on my website. And starting tomorrow, so the California Bar Association was grumpy, particularly, and I'm going to post that in the video that I'm making. I'm going to start posting the complaint that they sent me so people can see them. And yeah, so they were pretty grumpy. The last thing they were grumpy about, and I think it was what they were grumpy about the most, was the property tax package. Their property tax package. So tomorrow I'm going to put that package on sale. The property tax package is going to be on sale. And so I got a few attorneys on my Facebook page connected to the website. And, I've been giving them a verbal lashing for the last couple of days. And so I'm going to let them know that I'm dropping the property tax package. I'm reducing the price thanks to them, because they're pissing me off. Oh, actually, I'm having fun. I think I'm having more fun with them than they have with me, because they can't respond to nothing that I got to say. And I'm like, y'all just blowing hot air. Y'all wasting my damn time. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to put that on sale. And I will add that package was beefed up again, beefed up again. And I added a temporary restraining order to it. The temporary restraining order is badass, and it blocks your demand in federal court, block the state from receiving federal funding as per the spending clause in the Constitution. Allows us to do that, and then they block the. As long as the state is violating your due process or your Fifth Amendment right, your Constitution, your civil, they don't qualify for federal funding. And yeah, that's a ball buster, badass. So I also added the foreclosure lawsuit, the 42 USC package in the property tax package. Because some people are going into this foreclosure situation, and so they're like, it's a foreclosure lien, it's a property tax lien. It don't matter what the hell it is. If it's attack on your property, either package will work. But some people's heads really stuck in the conventional programs. A little hard to get them to look over there. So I just put the package in there so people can, if you're in tax lien foreclosure already, then you can just use the foreclosure one if you want to, or you can use the tax lawsuit package first and then sue them for the foreclosure later. Yeah. Or you can sue them for the property tax and then jam up the state's funding. And that temporary standard is badass. So One time I decided I wanted to check and see if I could shut down the court's money. Yeah, I had a few drinks. Yeah, and we were, yeah, that was one of those times when they say you just go for it. Yeah, shut down the court's money. And then it didn't take me long to figure that out. Yeah, separation clause in the Constitution. But see, now that's a whole lot easier to do with the AI stuff. Yeah, but you got to learn how to talk to the AI machine because I think attorneys set that shit up. So you got to use some different words. Anyway, guys, thank you for the value of sharing your time. Anybody interested in that, in the new package that I'm putting together, the Pleading Standard Stopper, shoot me an email and let me know. And when I get it done, I'll send you the link. And remember, the first 25 people are going to get the deal. The rest of you will get the steal. It's still going to be a steal deal, but I know what I'm saying. I need to have those, and those first people, I'm going to expect you guys to report the real-time feedback to me so that I can see if these fools, how they're going to try to get out of this. So I don't know how they're going to try to get out of it, but I don't see how they can. So Jen, this is not the time where we discuss our personal stuff. So, and we mentioned that. There's nothing that I can do to help you because your son is taking over and he's already made a deal. So you need to go and talk to him. Nothing I can do to help you. There's nothing I can do to help you, Jen. Okay, your son has took over and he made a deal with whatever, and so yeah, they're good for flying around a pile of poop. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Sir Bay. I'm bringing fire to the table, and we learn as we go. And I'll tell you right now, the people that provide the real time feedback for me in the coaching group and people not in the group have helped me do what we're doing. So I haven't done this. I learned on the backs of the people that are out there doing the punching. And a couple other things. So the demand for sanctions in the mortgage fraud package has totally been redone. It's totally badass off the chain. Two reports. One lady reported that she used it, and he contacted her wanting to know if she wanted to short sale. A short sale of all. You'd think they at least try a loan modification or whatever, where you're still in the damn house. Okay, they wanted to do a short sale. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Who the hell? How the hell you a short sale? You got their ass backed up against the wall, and they want to help you do a short sale. Okay, and what you think you don't get any of that money? You gotta be kidding me right now. Welcome, Angela. I'm glad you could make it to the show tonight. So we want to talk about one more thing, and Angela was interested in this, so we're going to just touch on this. She has a family member that's been harassed by the police and been through some stuff or whatever, and so I'm helping her learn that by filling out the passport application, the affidavit of state citizenship package, and earning your diplomatic immunity removes you from the jurisdiction. Okay, it removes you from the jurisdiction. There are two United States. The U.S. citizen is a government employee. You all caps names that's on your driver's license, and U.S. citizen is what they have jurisdiction over. If you're not a U.S. citizen, then they don't have jurisdiction over you. And, well, that should be the way it is. But they have their shit structured the way it is, so you have to do stuff to verify that you're not. So what people were doing was, they're sovereign citizen, filling all this paperwork and all that shit, and none of that stuff, in my opinion, those are administrative remedies, and none of that stuff it matters. They don't care. They don't care. And so what makes this process powerful is you fill out your passport application according to the instructions. And basically, you're not admitting that you are U.S., that your parents are U.S. citizens, or that you're a U.S. citizen, or that you live or work in the U.S., or nothing, anything to do with the damn U.S. Because U.S. is Washington, D.C., it's just 9 square miles or whatever. That's the U.S. U.S. is Washington, D.C. It has nothing, right. U.S. citizens are their people, and they're government employees or corporations or whatever you want to call them. They're not. So when you do this passport process, I do it speedily, and I have them send it back faster, or you get caught in a big pile of mess, and because they don't want people to know this. You get your card back, okay, and you use that passport card for your identification when the cops are in your face, or when and my package also has an affidavit that you would fill out and have notarized and signed. So in order for them to screw with you, they're going to have to come after you with the affidavit or whatever saying that you're not whatever. And then your card is given to you by the state that verifies that you're a state citizen of the Republic state that you're born in, and not a U.S. citizen born in a fake-ass corporation. Okay? And so the subject I was going to talk about tonight was, this draft thing they were talking about, whatever, fake news, good news, whatever. And I don't think it's fake news because I think they're going to do that. All these countries now see that our president walks around with poop in his. I guess it's not funny. It's sad as hell because our men and women that are protecting us over there don't feel like anybody got their damn back over here. Okay, so this affidavit state citizenship package is what you would need to use to get the documentation you need to verify that you're not a U.S. citizen if they want to try and draft your ass or do shit like that. Now, I'm going to beef this package up and include the lawsuit in it that you would need to send them, as well as the notice of claim if they try to give you a hard time about it. Now, this helps you if when you get this done, okay, then you can show them by providing the documentation that you're not a U.S. citizen anymore and they don't have jurisdiction over you or given this. And then if they continue, then you would just file a lawsuit because everything I put together has a lawsuit in it because I already know how they roll. Okay, until your ass costs them money, they're gonna keep doing what they're doing until you raise the liability and force them to visualize the shared liability of the stuff that they're doing. So that's how that works, Angela. And so you can watch the videos, and when I send you the package, it has the instructions written in the application that you get from the post office. You have to get your application from the post office. The instructions that I have are the application, and it shows you exactly what to put in each line throughout the whole thing. And it also lets you know about the value that you'll have when you do this. And the reason that I included this in my lawsuit packages is because people were getting harassed by the police after they got done with the state court beatdown. And, they're used to just challenging everybody and thinking you're going to go sit your happy ass down and be scared or whatever, So now when the cops run your shit, you give them your new car, the cops are going to run it, and you're not going to be in their jurisdiction. And then they're going to come back to you and ask you for some more ID. And that's what they did to me. I'm like, no, that's it. That's all you got. Okay, that's it. That ID identifies me. By law, that's all I have to give you. That's it. Oh, but do you have address? That's it. From here out, I have nothing to say because I'm going to plead the fifth. I'm going to plead the fifth. I'm not going to say anything that you're going to use against me to incriminate me. and incriminating. So that's pretty much what I did to the guy. He turned around and went back, and then he comes back and gave me a warning. Now, generally, I would have had him come out, bring the supervisor and all that shit, but I had 2 crock pots worth of food. I was headed to my son's house to have dinner with my grandkids, and they were making them not eat trash until I got there. So I was kind of, I was like, but it was no brainer for me. Yeah, I can still go back and get in these people's face, which we're going to be doing. But right now, my focus was on my grandkids, and so that's I let him off the hook, and I went home, and then I found out that I read the damn warning, and he adjudicated me right there on the street. I was caught doing this, and he warned me. So basically, he just adjudicated me while I was right there, and I'm like, when I got home, I was like, oh no, this is not right. My wife's like, oh, it's a warning. You should be happy. No, read it. It says here that I was doing that, and he let me off the hook. Okay, and all that shit went in their computer. So the next time I get pulled over, they're gonna say, oh, he's a dumbass because he took the notice of the warning and thought that it was a warning. Well, we didn't warn his ass this time. Yeah. So we're going to do something about that. Well, thank you, Angela. So at the end of the day, if there's no injured party or no damaged property, then they're no. But you hire an attorney, and then the attorney tells you all this shit. They lie to your face a whole bunch of times. That's when they're lying. When they're when their mouth's moving, that's when they're lying. And so in their conventional program, it doesn't matter what you say or what you do. You're in an administrative court, and the court's not connected to the Constitution. It's only connected to their bank. Somebody's sending me a message. I'm doing a live stream. I had to get back to him. Hey, Miss Denise. Thank you guys for coming to the show tonight. You guys hit me with that email if you're interested in the new thing that I'm putting together. And like I said, the first 25 people are going to get the deal. The rest of y'all are going to get the steal. Or maybe the first 25 people will get the steal, and the rest of y'all will get the deal. I got something for all of you, okay? But the first 25, they step up. And remember, if you step up in that first group, then I'm going to require that you give me feedback on how things work. And if the feedback is, Coach, I can't discuss it. I got it. So there's the email right there rolling across the bottom of the screen. Thank you guys for the value of sharing your time running late tonight. Cancel the first one because I wanted to bring more value to the table. So I think we did that. It's going to be pretty cool to have an option for when they just ignore your shit and throw it out. And the way this is structured, anybody in state court, you can use it in state court too. Okay. I everything that I file in court, it's federal case law, even in state court, federal case law, even in state court. There's no difference between doing that than there is filing Supreme Court case law in either one of the 2 other courts. And, it's a problem for them. They whine and bitch, it's a problem for them. But at the end of the day, there's no difference in doing that than there is filing Supreme Court case law in one of the lower courts. But see, here's the problem for their asses. It don't go the other way. You can't file state court shit in federal court. So really, when you trump, anytime you file my stuff, you're trumping them if you're in a state court case. And all we do in that situation is crush that state court process before you move over to, before you actually not move over, before you file your lawsuit in federal court. So thank you guys. Somebody else may comment. Is your question short, Dan Zero, Row 380, whatever the hell your name is there? What's your question? Generally, I take the questions on Messenger, and that's how I roll. I do my coaching on Facebook Messenger. I don't coach in emails. I don't coach on my phone. And I usually tell people, if you make me coach on my phone, then I'm going to block you. So what is your question, man? Is it short? If it's short, you should be telling me right now. You got like 30 seconds here. I'm about to shut this puppy down. So the best place to catch me is on Facebook, or, you can email me a question. But if you invested in the package and it's a coaching situation, then you need to message me on Facebook. So you can't ask me your question right now, man? You can ask me your question right now. What's your question? If you don't ask me now, I'm going to think I don't want to hear it. Now, you brought it up. What is your question? I don't know. Can I find you? Ask. I don't know what that means. You can ask me your question if you got to ask. That sounds like an attorney. If you have no factual basis in your post conviction, it counts as an Alford plea. An Alford plea is when you plead to some shit and you try to say you didn't really know what the hell. I didn't know what your question is. This sound like a question. This is an attorney question, man. This is attorney question. Now, obviously, you know that it wasn't fair what they did to you, man. So we don't questions. We just sue them. Okay, that's what we do here. We sue them. You should go to the website and take a look at your options. I don't know what you're asking me. I don't know nothing about taking no pleas. This is an attorney question that you're asking. So I can't help you with that. Thank you guys for the value of sharing your time. I'll see you guys in the next video.